Okay, today we are playing a game on King's Row. We were in the Gold SR range, and we will be playing Tracer on attack and Sombra on defense. With my special guest, my son, tilted at like a 30-degree angle. He'll be here for like 3 seconds, and then he'll decide to go. You know how it is. Current team composition is Roadhog, Tracer, Widowmaker, Symmetra, Zenyatta, and Bridget. So it's really, really bad. It's actually one for the record books, isn't it? Because we've got one tank, it's Roadhog, so, you know, that's actually like 25% of a real tank that we've got right there. And then we got no main healer, so instead we've got Zenyatta and Bridget. Bridget does more healing than you think she does, but it's still not, you know, very good. It's very tragic overall. You don't have to try too hard to imagine a better team composition. But that's just the way it be sometimes. Wars from the console, by the way, so consider yourself forewarned. So let's just start the game. So right at the start, we're gonna go for a blink in here. Here we go, here we go. And this is actually in the email, so we're gonna immediately stop and go over to the email to look at this. At the start of the game, I decided to blink inside the gate just enough to be annoying to their front line. I did this on the reasoning of just trying to provide an easy opportunity for my bridge and team to get some ground inside the choke. Can Tracer provide value like this, or would I be better off blinking into the room on the left with the mini health kit and then going around for a support? So, Tracer can do this kind of thing, basically just like distracting and annoying people. But if we're gonna do that, honestly, we're still better off going into this room over there, because basically it forces the enemy team to... It makes them react in a way that's very inconvenient for them, right? Because if we're over here doing this to them, then they're looking over here, so they're looking at us, but that's also looking over here in the gate at the same time, right? So if we're looking to just, like, annoy them so our team can get some ground in there, then we're better off being in the doorway over there, because then they have to turn away from the gate to actually acknowledge us, right? Similar to how, like, you know, if you want your Symmetra turrets to be really annoying, you put them somewhere where it's very hard for the person to look in a convenient way, which usually means behind and above them. So you wouldn't put your Symmetra turret like there, you'd put it like there, because that's a more annoying movement to make to destroy the turret. So if we're over here trying to harass them, yeah, like, they're paying attention to us, but we're not really, like, splitting their attention away from our team at the same time. So if we're trying to do that, we're still better off going over there. Overall, I don't really like playing Tracer that way, though, because I prefer just, like... Tracer's really good at killing people, is basically what I'm building up to here, so I'd still rather just be going around looking to try and kill people, because also, if you come up behind their supports, there he goes. Yes, no, there he goes. He's on the table, but he's gonna go fully in a few seconds. He always does. So, put this down here so you don't hear me slamming the space key every now and then. So, like, yeah, Tracer can do this kind of thing, but, like, if you go up behind them and start killing their supports anyway, then they have to pay attention to you or the support dies. So in that regard, you're still, like, drawing attention away from the front line by just going to try and kill people. But in brief, yes, Tracer can do this kind of thing, but you want to do it in a way where you're actually, like, splitting attention between the front line and you, whereas over here, that's not really happening. So, we took a big bunch of damage right there, so we back out again. And this is going to be very unfortunate for us in a few seconds' time. Because we see Ash over on the left-hand side, or the right-hand side, rather. Left-hand side from where we're at right now. And then we blink over here and Ash shoots us in the head. Ash is that way. Where if she manages to get an opportunity to shoot you, or just, like, is clicking somewhere and you blink there and get shot by Ash, you die, unfortunately, as Tracer, because Ash just does a lot of damage. My son... Yeah. That's a cat for you right there, so let me just retrieve that cup. It's fine. It's fine. So, alright, that all happened right there. Ash is that way where she can accidentally kill Tracer. So, unfortunate. Feels bad, man. Though the Ashe is 100% like, that was planned. That was calculated right there. Yep. And you're like, liar. So we're trying to harass the Reinhardt right now. You know, I'd still rather try and go kill a support rather than, like, just, like, blink into their team, basically. Like, if we're gonna harass Reinhardt, I don't really want to be, like, fully in their team when we do it either, really, because, like, it's a very risky place to be for someone as soft as Tracer. So, fight starts going well, miraculously, so we start getting some ground, and now, D.Va's got Discord Orb on her, we do a lot of damage, so we can just, like, drill into the D.Va, and she's gonna lose her mech, and we'll get a lot of ult charge for it, and that'll feel real nice. So, miraculously enough, we've managed to capture the first checkpoint, which just goes to show you there's just really no justice in the world, is there? Because, do we have any oh, no need to use Pulse Bomb right there. That boy was dead regardless. I'm also I don't like sticking tanks. I wasn't a fan of it before they nerfed Pulse Bomb's damage, but then they nerfed Pulse Bomb's damage specifically to try and make Tracer players not stick tanks so much. So now I'm, like, super not a fan of it. So, we're sitting with the payload right now. We can go off and go do other things. You know, we're playing Tracer. Oh, here comes Ashe. Oh, very scary, very scary, very scary. Oh, oh, she actually... Was she on fire? Was she gonna kill herself as well? Yeah, she's actually killed herself at the same time, so great. Very scary to fight an Ashe as a Tracer, and it's also very scary for the Ashe to fight the Tracer. Because, hey, one shot, you die. So if she clicks on that, if she clicks on the bad man real good, you feel bad about it. It wasn't a very good place to get into a fight with Ashe. Like, you want to try and avoid getting into fights in places like that, because you can't take advantage of Tracer's mobility in, like, such a confined location, like a hallway or the bookstore. Like, Tracer's thing is she's very soft, but she's very immobile, so if you're in a place that constricts your mobility, it's not a very ideal place for you. Same way if you're Pharah, you don't really want to be fighting in a confined room, you know, because then you can't take advantage of Pharah's mobility. So we're going around the backhand side now. We found they have a McCree now, so we've got to be aware of that. We're trying to bait the flashbang out. We did manage to bait the flashbang out of him. Couldn't find the health kit. We did end up blinking, like, straight into him when he was fanning the hammer, so try to avoid doing that. Really, he shouldn't have tried to fan the hammer. Like, basically, he was just desperate. Like, hopefully this will work. But we did a good job of baiting the flashbang out, but then we kind of, like, just blinked straight into his face, like, in a straight line right at him, and then that makes it kind of easy for you to get shot, so... Oh, there goes Reaper. Once McCree's flashbang's down, he's not nearly as much of a threat to Tracer, but you gotta still be careful, because he can still click on you. So fight's still happening over there, so I think we're basically just waiting for our team to regroup at this point, because that's not like, the fight isn't exactly going fantastically, but at the same time, like, I know this happens with Reaper, and that's very unfortunate at all, but 4 of them are actually dead. Because Reaper died right there, 2 people died before. Oh, that one of those is Bob. I thought that was Zenyatta. That's Bob. So only 3 of them are dead, actually. I saw Bob, and I thought he was Zenyatta, because all Omnics look the same. You know, that's just how it is. You put Bob next to Zenyatta, and I'm gonna go... I can't quite put my finger on it, you know? They're very similar-looking people. They're not people, they're machines. So, oof... So I guess we were trying to... Who were we trying to stick? I guess we were trying to stick D.Va. I don't like that. Don't like sticking tanks. We already covered that one. We missed, so that's obviously bad as well, but I assume we were going for the D.Va. I don't like going for the D.Va. I'd rather stick one of the squishy targets. Because if you can get good at landing the stick on somebody, then that's just a free pick on a squishy target, basically. Unless there's a Zarya on the team, then she can save him, but that's it. So here's nano-boosted Reaper, that's very scary, but miraculously enough, nothing happened. Look at that. Reddit, explain. I thought Reaper was disgustingly overpowered. Explain how nano-boosted Reaper killed no men, not even this Zenyatta that he's running up to right now. Oh look, wait, what's that? Is that a crowd control? Reaper's overpowered. Because he heals more. Yeah. Hey, Reddit. So, oh, that's happening right now, I guess. So we'll just wait over here for a little bit. Oh, and 3 people died. Okay, well... D.Va's like, wow, that actually killed someone? Holy shit. Planned. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Oh, she just used her ult. Right? Yeah, she just threw her ult somewhere. So... I don't know about that. May's up to some shit right there. So we're shooting into the broken mech right there, which is not a good use of company resources. McCree's using Deadeye right now, which is why we were hesitant to do anything for a little while. So we're trying to kill Baby D.Va. Baby D.Va's a little bit hard to kill, but because she's, you know, very small character, but we did it. So McCree's still alive. He never showed up on the kill feed, so I'm not surprised about that. But we never figured out where he was prior either, so... Ooh, don't try and stick May unless you know that the ice block is down, because that's just asking for sadness. Obviously, in an optimal world, we also don't die to our pulse bomb, but that one's fairly self-explanatory. But also... If you don't, be careful sticking May if you aren't certain that ice block's on cooldown, because that's just setting yourself up for sadness. Ooh, he's optimistic, isn't he? So, were we just, like, crouched looking at him for a second, also? Yeah, that's real bad. Like, he could have clicked on us, because we're not exactly doing much to juke right now, right? We're slowly crouch walking one way. But he decided to go for the flashbang and fucked it up, so... But, he could have left-clicked us fairly easily right there. He didn't, though, so hey, you know, don't get punished, don't have to learn. That's what I always say. So this is a real mess of a fight, to be honest with you. That tends to happen when one team's comp is, like, ridiculous, you know? The fights tend to turn into absolute clown fiestas really easily. So rather than use recall, we've backed up to get this health kit instead. I have a Torbjorn now? Oh. Which is inconvenient because the turret doesn't have to try to hit you as Tracer, you know? So Reaper's about to ult. Yep, there he goes. He's ulted. And, oh, he's off the edge. No, he's not off the edge. Bob's off the edge. Okay, Roadhog's also off the edge. But hey, he got Bob. Sorry, not Bob. Daddy. My bad. My bad. I always forget. I'm sorry, Daddy. Oh, shit, so we should have just died sooner, to be honest with you. Like, as soon as the wall situation happened, it wasn't looking very realistic we get out of that one with our lives, so we just kind of elongated our death a little bit, but, God, that was sad, So we're looking, I assume, for Reaper right now, because, you know, they have a Reaper, so that's fair enough, and that's a route Reaper players like to go if they can. What is it? Ugh. Gross. So, ooh. So we tried to stick, I assume, Torbjorn's turret. No, don't like that. Turret's already half health. I'm already not, like, super stoked to, stick Torbjorn's turret in general, honestly. Just because, like... I want to use ultimates on real people, basically, not fake people like turrets and Bob, you know? So, and the turret was half health anyway, so, like, definitely didn't need to do that. But I don't want to use the turret, the pulse bomb on a turret regardless. So, we got it most of the way to the end, and honestly, on King's Row, that's good enough, to be honest with you. Like, it's one of the maps I very rarely play multiple rounds on, personally. Thinking, what's the map I play the least rounds on? It's probably Route 66. I think, like, to be honest with you, I've played a very low amount of multiple round games on Route 66. Probably somewhere in the region of, like, 50 over all of the 2-year span this game's been out. Whereas, like, Anubis, Hanamura, Horizon, oh, I've played a lot of multi-round maps on those. Anubis not so much, because it's so difficult to attack. So we've learned they have a Bastion, so we've hacked Bastion. He's... So I guess he's just gonna pretend he can still be a turret by, like, crouching down. and using his recon gun instead, because he just didn't give a shit. He didn't let that dissuade him at all. He's like, got hacked? No problem. I still got a machine gun, and if I squat down, my hitbox is like the same. My dude just didn't care. God damn. Alright. What a god. What a god. So we hacked Ash right there. Ash isn't, like, super great to hack, and if she doesn't, like... If you can stop her from running away with the coach gun, that's great, but we immediately then decide we're not actually going to try and fight Ash, so it ends up not being a very good hack target, basically. I mean, Ash can still left-click you at the same time. She can still look down her scope and everything, so, like... Basically, you do it to stop her using the dynamite more than anything else most of the time, because, like, you get the dynamite on a flanker, they're way less inclined to keep fighting Ash, because then a body shot's good enough to kill you. So we're after Ash right now. Ooh, she's mostly dead, mostly dead. Oh, now she's getting healed. Oh, no. Oh, we still got her. Good times, good times, good times. And we've got most of Emp built up in under a minute, so that's very good. That's very good efficiency we've done right there. Very optimistic attempt at a hack right here, because we're going to uncloak right in front of this boy. So, very optimistic. Wouldn't recommend going for that one, because, like, he's going to see us, you know. He's going to see us. So we have got the Emp built up, and that's very good, because that's what Sombra's #1 goal in life is, build up Emp. So here's Baby Diva. She shouldn't be doing what she was doing right there, but she sure did it regardless. So she gets to die for that now. Well, we just heard Reaper coming up here. Haha, joke's on you, Reaper. That's our health kit. So we're, like, really hesitant to really engage in, like, fighting this guy. But he just used Wraith form. I know he did because I just heard him come out of Wraith form behind us. So, like, we've got this bubble right here. Like, we got the barrier right here in front of us as well, not the bubble. So we could just be, like, fighting the guy. He gets killed regardless because, like, he was out of position without Wraith form. So his outlook on life is very slim at that point. But we could have just been, like, fighting that boy, basically, sooner. So we're probably looking to try and emp someone right now, if I had to guess. We just heard Bastion use configuration tank, so that's a little scary. He's dead now. The tire has killed that boy. So we want to use emp as soon as we can, really. Oh, they just used sound barrier, so now's a good time to try and use them, because it'll scrape the sound barrier off. By the time we did it, the sound barrier's already mostly off of them. Like, at this point, we could just, like, they're gonna go in, so we could just, like, run around a corner and, like, as soon as we see people, emp. Because, like, they're all grouped up right there, so we can hit these people with the emp, scrape the sound barrier off them, and then their engage is pretty fucked up. By the time we actually emp, the sound barrier's already done. So, the emp ends up not being as good as it could have been if we also wiped the sound barrier off them. Ew, a lot of sadness is happening all around us right now. So yeah, we're pretty fucked right now. Basically, this point's gone, so basically the best we can do is try and get some ult charge and just retreat. We're gonna try and stall the objective out a little bit longer, I guess. I don't want to try it because of that exact thing happening. And there's, like, no way we hold that objective at that point. Like, that's gone. You write that one off as a tax loss. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Hold on. Did you see that professionalism? He muted the microphone rather than open the can of soda right next to the microphone like usual. Isn't that incredible? We've learned so much about video production over the infinity years. So they're all dead, so we didn't have to do anything. They were all dead by the time we arrived. A+. Good job, team. Someone just got nano boosted. Oh, it's that boy. Well, that's very lackluster, isn't it? But he still killed 2 people, so, you know, I guess. The Death Blossom, though, for being a good old-fashioned Beyblade, was very disappointing. So, we're going to lose a lot of this track. We've got pretty good odds of just losing the checkpoint, I think, based off the way everybody's about to stagger. So, pretty much goal, just build up some ult charge and see what we can do with that when we get the chance. Team's actually managing to regroup. They didn't manage to... I thought they were going to stagger themselves a lot harder, especially Bridget, but ended up not happening, as expected. So, both our supports are dead now. I don't really want to emp anymore. Doubtlessly, that was what we were about to do, but half our team's dead, so there's no way anymore. Yep, no one knows. No one suspected a thing. I was so afraid we were going to emp regardless right there. Yeah, we're just going to try and stall as much as we can. They're like, who? Who is responsible? So they've captured that checkpoint. They did it in the end. Yeah, so we just want to emp these boys, basically. They're all nice and grouped up together. You know, decent emp. It's an easy fight. So we emp right now. Team's mostly in position. We got all 6 people. Didn't quite capitalize. Oh, damn. That went a lot better than expected right there. Oh, hack that diva. Hack the diva so she can't use self-destruct. Alright, she didn't use self-destruct anyway. Could have hacked the diva just to make sure she can't use self-destruct. Diva's one of those really good people to hack before you break the mech. Because then she can't use self-destruct. And that can really fuck up Diva's plans. So, no one suspects a thing. Oh, Reaper suspects a thing. I just saw him do a rotate that, like, doesn't make sense for him to do unless he got a glimpse of us. So we're trying to kill Bob right now. But, like, we could have tried to hack this Reinhardt. I'm pretty sure we're out of range, but, like, it looks like he's gonna pin someone. So, like, if we can, or if you can just pin, if you can hack Reinhardt out of his charge, that usually fucks Reinhardt up pretty bad, just because they're usually charged badly, and Reinhardt hacked is one of the saddest creatures in existence. Yeah, can't hack while you're on fire, unfortunately. Good day to be Ashe. So, even though this fight was going pretty badly for a little bit in there, it suddenly started going really well. So, great, awesome, we won the fight. We've almost got Emp built up again, how about that? So they've only got just under 2 minutes left, so they've got realistically 2 fights left in them, maybe only 1, depending on how badly they regroup, but probably 2. If they did it really fast, they could have 3, but there's, like, no chance of that. So we run, right of us, oh, it took us a while to notice that one, That was, like, a free Reaper kill right there, but it took us a little bit too long to notice that he was doing that. He likes doing that, doesn't he? He got crowd controlled, like, immediately upon using Death Blossom, so not much happened out of that. Half our team is dead now. We do have Emp, but, like, we've gotta wait for our team to be alive again. Might as well hack Bob, right? Just, you know, let him know who's boss. Ooh. Well, he just gave up. He gave up so easy on that one. We could have waited a little bit longer to use that M. That's what I've been thinking about right now. Like, the payload, like, it looks closer than it actually is, but, like, it's, you know, we could have waited a little bit longer for our team to be in position to do this. Or drop down and held it for, like, half a second, then emped. Because, like, our team wasn't, like, fully in position yet. But it's working out. It's fine. As we can see, we killed 3 people right after the Emp as well. So that's, like, very nice. Very nice. And now they're like, God damn it, we were about to win. And now suddenly we only have 30 seconds left with, like, 2 meters left to go. Ooh. So she's pretty staggered as well. That's going to feel bad for her. So we're not going to get Emp for this last fight, but we can realistically probably build it up during the fight to use it, provided things go decently well. Oh, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. Oh, God, no. Oh, God, we could have killed Reaper, or mostly killed Reaper right here. But, like, we just don't. We just don't, and that's very upsetting to me. Oh, we could have killed that boy. We might not have killed the boy, because I'm not sure exactly how long it takes for his hitbox to leave the beginning area. But, like, we could have basically killed that boy right there. It's alright, half their team's dead right now, so, like, things are still going, you know, solidly well right now. So Reaper's up to no good. Just hack him. Like, he's better to hack in this situation just in case he has Death Blossom. Because that's the only way they win from that point, right? Is Reaper kills like 4 people with Death Blossom. So even though D.Va's usually a better person to hack than Reaper, especially when you know he's used his cooldowns, the only way they reasonably win is with Death Blossom, so it just removes that threat from the game, basically. So, miraculously enough, even though our team composition was fucking awful, we ended up winning the game. Just goes to show you, anything can work. Anything can work. Yeah, she earned that, 100%. So let's go over to the email, we had more questions. Overall, how well did I play this game? I feel I performed well, but at the same time, I feel like I got carried. Yeah, I mean, we played well overall. You know, it started falling apart on Tracer towards the end, but I feel like overall, it was a good game. Helped, like, there were a few fights where, like, we showed up and everybody was already dead by the time we arrived, so we didn't have to do anything. Yeah, but I think overall, we did okay. Do you have any tips for baiting out playing around Dynamite for Tracer and Lucio? I played a few games in free-for-all with an Ashe that would chuck Dynamite and then insta-shot it without fail basically every time I drove her, forcing recall / amp healing every time I engaged. I know the basics of baiting a McCree, be in range, see then... but I don't know, basically, how do I bait the Dynamite out of the person? So... the thing is, it's kind of hard to bait the Dynamite out and then still dodge it, because it's a pretty easy AoE to hit the person with. It's kind of like, the Ashe kind of has to fuck it up, basically. And I mean, that's true of baiting the flashbang, isn't it? The McCree has to fuck it up and get bait, doesn't it? But it's a lot harder to bait the Dynamite, just because of how much easier it is to hit the Dynamite. So I would say... Ashe wants to use the Dynamite very frequently because it's an easy source of damage and ult charge and trying to kill people, right? So like, Ashe is going to chuck the Dynamite out pretty frequently. Rather than trying to bait the Dynamite out, I would say it is better to try and just wait for her to use the Dynamite and then go on her to try and kill her. Though then that still has the problem of she can coach gun away from you, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to kill the Ashe, but like... she wants to chuck it out pretty frequently. If the Ashe is saving the Dynamite purely to, like, kill you, try and, like, force you off when you dive on her, like, honestly, I think that's a terrible waste of company resources. I think you're like, it's very easy to hit the Dynamite, so it's just going to be very difficult to bait it out of her. Like, you kind of do, if you're going to do it, you want to kind of do the same thing you would do with McCree, basically, where you, like, blink up, blink back, that kind of thing, or, like, walk up, blink away when you think they're going to chuck it and all that, but it's just, it's such a big AoE, it's very hard to dodge, and, you know, McCree has to fuck up to get baited with the flashbang, and, you know, so... you know, but the Ashe, like, really has to fuck up to miss hitting you with the Dynamite, so you're better off waiting for her to use it, then going on her. And then she'll coach gun away from you, and you'll probably still be sad anyway, but isn't that just life for you right there? Should Tracers be able to blink dodge Dynamite based on reaction instead? I've practiced dodge on reaction to Roadhog's hook in free-for-all and have done it a few times, but cannot yet do it consistently. I don't think it's realistic to be able to dodge the Dynamite on reaction. You could, definitely. Like, it's definitely within a reactionable period of time, but, like... with how much is usually going on in Overwatch at the same time and everything you're trying to keep track of, I don't think you could realistically dodge it on reaction time. It's going to have to be a little bit more deliberate than that. Like, you're going to have to actively try and bait it out of her if you're going to do anything. Because, again, it's just such a big AoE. Like, yeah, you could react to it and, like, blink back. Like, you might have to blink twice to get out of range of it, basically, because the AoE is big. So, you might have to, like, double blink somewhere to dodge it. So, like, yeah, you can do it on reaction, but I don't think that would end up being very consistent unless you do have, like, incredible reaction time. I know I wouldn't be able to do that. So, yeah, you're better off trying to predict it rather than react to it. And then last, does walking inside of a Zarya be able to kill CC the person inside it actually work? Just heard about that, but I don't know if it's legit or not. No, that's not legit. No, I've never seen that happen. So you have to, like, go in the guy's mod. No, there's no way that works. I've never seen that happen. Like, if it can happen, it's gonna have to be, like, a really outlier edge case scenario where it's, like, an incredibly small person and the bubble is still, like, a big size on them. Like, no, I'm pretty sure it basically just reads as, this person can't get hit until the bubble's broken. See, that's one of those things where, like, I was certain of the answer, but then as soon as there was a question of it, I'm like, immediately start doubting it. No, there's no way. There's no way that works. No. I'm sure it just reads as, the person in the bubble cannot get shot until the bubble is gone, one way or the other. It's not, like, a barrier. It is a barrier, it's called the projected barrier, right? But, like, no, it's not like a barrier that you can pass through like that. So that's all the questions in the email. So thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, I'm more than happy to answer. If you felt I answered your questions from the email inadequately, please let me know, and I will try to expand further. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. If you enjoyed the video for some reason, and got this far, please like the video and subscribe for other videos of middling quality in the future, and I hope you found the video helpful.